different scenes. It's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just too cold. Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what?
Pacific Northwest Motocross, are you ready for the 30 plus 2 podcast with Gravy and Gate Drop? Let's go!
All right. We're not even looking at the camera because we're doing stuff.
Never prepared. Let's go.
Well,
No, we're
yeah. Well, you know what happens when you try to work your way around things on the old Facebook thing and then it doesn't work. Whatever. And then I was trying to send out a link. So, yeah, welcome to the 30 plus 2 podcast with Gravy and Gate Drop. We got Has Been Coffee in the mug. And it is 6:32 because we were late. Even though we were ready, we were late. How was your weekend, Grayson?
Pretty good. Just stayed at home, chilled, took another nice weekend off again, like I normally do when it's raining outside. Watch some Supercross, but looks like hopefully maybe this next weekend we'll be able to get off the couch. How you doing? How was your weekend?
Well, I didn't do any moto this weekend. I know, shocker.
That's surprising. Very
Crazy.
surprising.
Yours truly, Gate Drop. My wife and I decided to go east side of the mountains. Yep, east side. I was like, which direction is Bend? Went to Bend, and we just hung out, went to Smith Rock, tried to die on hiking that 3,200 feet adventure, and then looked at some mountain climbers and was all like, wow, you really want to kill yourself.
For real.
Dude, they're gnarly. Two races to go. Guest tonight is Evan Terlecki, our first amateur for the 30 plus 2 podcast. Right. So we are now dipping into amateur racing as well, just like Steve Mathis refuses to do. We are doing that. We are going to the next level here.
We're not talking about practice on this one, though.
No, we're just going straight into it.
Into it.
So, 2 races to go. Philadelphia Supercross happened. Where do you want to start with that before we get Evan Terlecki on here? Albany rider, Power Motorsports, 40 films. What else does he do?
Clinic MX, I think. He's
super fast. He does pretty much everything. You'd see him at the track no matter what, where you go. He's throwing whips, roosting, it's a Terlecki thing.
He really is. He's everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
There's not a race you go to and you don't see him.
That, or you'll just see like the last name Terlecki because there's like a million of them that race, and they're all really fast. I don't know what gene they got from somewhere, but like every single Terlecki is like blazing fast. I wish I had that in my genes, but
for real,
here we are.
That's why we take photos and videos.
Yes, Evan will be on in about 10 minutes. So let's bang through Supercross real quick. 450 class. Grayson, did you notice anything other than the race was won in turn 1 when Jet Lawrence just like clicked the brakes real quick and squared up Eli and said later dudes?
That was pretty much the only thing that I noticed as well, besides the last couple seconds there with the Anderson and Cooper incident. But other than that, it was the Jet show again, and I think that's a sign of what we got coming the next couple races, to be honest with you.
I mean, So Cooper did tie it up a couple races back because of the
Mhm.
misfortune of like 3 races of this like throwing everything at Jet. And
Yep.
now we're back to like a 13 plus point lead. Is it safe to say that Jet's pretty much, unless something catastrophic happens,
Yep.
has this pretty much on lock?
Oh yeah, unless something severe, some kind of bike malfunction or injury pops up, I think it's his. That's the only way I see something happening. He'll what he did in the heat race, going down in that first turn and making his way back up to, I think it was like fourth or fifth or something like that, in like 5 minutes, was unreal. So if that's the speed this guy has after making a mistake is insane right now.
Yeah. Let me see what the point standings are now because I'm just not prepped, even though we had plenty of time to be prepped. So yeah, I was close. Jet is 12 plus, and then everyone else is pretty much done. Eli's in third, 41 back. Sexton's 43 back. I mean, you got to have Cooper have a massive issue as well with 2 rounds to
Yep.
go. So I would say it's going to be pretty simple for Jet, and he's your 2024 champion. Did you notice that Sexton had a different mechanic? No one's really talking about that.
Yeah.
I wonder, a coincidence? Did something happen? I don't
You
know.
know, we can all speculate, you know, a rock really hitting his throttle body or whatever the KTM group called out on their press release. But after seeing somebody else showing up behind the gate with Chase, it's a little sus over here that something actually else happened that we don't know about, and we're never gonna know about probably.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, really interesting. I listened to obviously Steve's review and whatnot, and they did not bring it up whatsoever. So
Right.
could just realistically be a case of like, hey, I got sick and couldn't make it, but
Hmm.
weird timing for that to happen.
For real,
So
that was it. That was like the biggest coincidence that could have happened if if it was just a coincidence.
it made a lot of tinfoil hats real quick. Like, ooh,
brought
conspiracies.
brought out them spaghetti strainers real quick.
Yeah. 250 class. Were you expecting the Deegs to go full like murder zone? Because they even put danger on his gear. And I'm just like, oh man, Frenchie about to be fried tonight.
Right. No, I don't know that I don't know if it's just me, but him getting his own gear to me is getting a little annoying compared to the rest of the team. Like, and it's
This your
honestly like
rant.
this can be my rant right now, but like, you know, the one for LA was cool last year, you know, a little one off of his dad's kind of from 98 or whatever, but why is he getting the special treatment and all the like Dax and Bennick and everybody else has to rock the everyday, you know, production line? But yeah, no, I don't know.
It's because he's the Deegs.
Right. He's bringing in the money. He's bringing in more money than everybody else.
Dude, everyone, I swear though, everyone was probably on the edge of their seat, like he's gonna kill him,
Hmm.
he's gonna kill him, and then he just
Did,
never had the opportunity, and
no.
then he was very respectful, and I was all like, but
Did you see the him go for the
okay.
fist bump at the end too? And Vial was kind of hesitant. Was like, wait a second, like, is this a trick? Like, or are you actually trying to be kind of cool right now? That was kind of funny.
It's trickery. I don't
Hmm.
know. It was interesting. I'm surprised with Pierce Brown that no one just got missile striked by his bike going the opposite
That was
direction in the
close.
whoops. That was gnarly.
Hmm.
He went full catapult and flew off the side, landed. I was like, he dead. He just died.
Right.
He gone.
That
That was
that, that
gnarly.
that was a pretty crazy one. We haven't seen a cross lane crash like that in a while.
Well, yeah, and then to be that close, like I know, like you can't really do anything really to prevent
Mhm.
that. Like bikes
No.
will go wherever they want to go. So
Yep.
we just got lucky again that no one was
Mhm.
happening to go down and all of a sudden just get gassed.
I'm
Just
pretty
get
sure we.
gassed.
I'm pretty sure you and I and a lot of people have seen some crazy stuff with the bikes crossing lanes before. So they got pretty lucky.
I'm trying to think if there's like any local events where a bike just like missile struck like
Oh
across the
yeah,
track. I can't
I've
think of
seen.
anything off the top of my like head right now.
I can think of a couple back in like probably 04, 05 at Salem Arena Cross. Like some people over jumping one of the jumps in the middle and their bikes just shoot off the bowl, the berm on the other side, and literally took out multiple people, and the next day we came in and that berm was kind of knocked down.
Well, I'm talking specific riders, like they're just like da da da, bam.
Right.
Well, I do Clark County. The scoring people got a Kawasaki 450 right in the scoring tower. They like jumped left. I don't remember which rider it was, but all of a sudden, like Elaine's people are like da da da. Oh!
What was it? The Thursday night pro race a couple years ago when the dude blasted through the flagger stand at the big old catapult jump.
Oh, that's happened before, yeah.
That was pretty gnarly. That thing exploded when the bike.
I know old timers too. Someone blasted one of the flaggers right at the sand jump. He like, I think that was a bachelor, Alan, which I just probably butchered his name for the 75th time. So whatever, here we are. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think it was a great battle. Like we had a 7-way battle at one point for the lead, and it did help that both Deegan and VL got really crappy starts because we had to work through the pack. I started yelling at the TV at times, like, can you please split screen it? Especially the LCQ. I was getting very frustrated. Like, we're just watching Justin Cooper around as like everyone's battling to their death in the 450 LCQ. And then you barely got to see any of it. I'm like, oh my God, get to where we want to see.
I feel like they've gotten better recently in the last like year or so, but yeah, this was one of those races where it was a little frustrating that they kind of centered it on the lead rather than focusing on the actual battles going on.
They just split screen it, but yeah, that worked.
Anstey, what was that, his second win?
I think so. You'll probably agree with me here,
but I think it's his second.
No, it's his second because he won the mud race a year ago.
Yeah,
the Super Mudder. But I say this was a more dominant win than the Super Mudder last year because like he had to get through, Haymaker, but he also had to hold back like the train of riders here. And I guess Star's making a third truck for next year or whatnot because Mathis did say that Max Anstey is going to Star Yamaha. So I don't know who they're cutting. Maybe Romano. I don't see them cutting Bennett that early.
No, I think Romano is probably the one on the chopping block right now.
Wonder if they do a switcheroo and Romano goes to the Honda team. So we'll see what happens there.
Right. You never know. It's. I honestly think there needs to be a cap on how many riders a team could have because Star is seriously looking like a football team out there. And, honestly, they're some of the fastest guys, but also I'm like, why do we you need to take the whole top 5? Like, we don't need to see the Star Yamaha 1st through 5th every weekend.
I mean, maybe Mosman got the pink slip already. I don't know. He was in and out very quick.
Yeah.
Comes. I'm just observation here.
What was it? Enzo had a 1-year deal, so who knows?
Enzo really shot himself in the foot, so that's a big bummer there. But Haymaker was doing all right, and then he got triumphed to the ground.
Jalik was looking good though this weekend.
He was spicy.
He couldn't hold back any longer, and just wouldn't let up going into that sand section.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's
cool to see the Triumph though, like doing as well as it is right now. Like,
and we're getting close to outdoors too. So
he's
Avachi and
that this bike can do something. Yeah,
and then I don't know what Evan Ferry's going to be on because he's split from the team. He was very coy fish on the Pulp MX show, like explaining stuff like. I don't know what the point. Like, I was starting to get frustrated listening to the Pulp show of him. Like, so it just didn't work out because it just didn't work out. I'm like, thanks for that explanation.
The problems the problems he let out with was, how he couldn't post things for a couple years and he was frustrated and stuff. I'm like, and they were saying I think it was Denny Stevenson was like, dude, you can post now. Like, you're in a good spot. Like, what are you doing? People like. He feels like he just threw it away, which I kind of feel a little bit that way too.
Yeah, I feel like that was a fake answer, though. I feel there's more to it, but we will never know because of non-disclosures. So, whatever the case is, maybe we'll get a fill-in rider here with Evan Terlecki on a Triumph. Let's see.
Let's see.
Let's throw him on here. Evan, if you get the opportunity, would you ride a Triumph?
Yeah, I would.
Nice.
All right, it's done. Settle. Get the pen. All right.
Is he
Oh.
muted? Oh,
I don't know.
there we
Is it there? Can you hear us?
Oh, now he's gone.
And he's black.
This is just the way we do it.
We got a janky radio show.
There?
Yep, we can hear you now. Little bit of technical difficulties, but we're a very low budget podcast here. So thanks for joining us, Evan, as you keep going in and out. And okay,
We'll get it. Retry again.
Try again. Hello. I can't hear you for some reason. Technical difficulties here. I don't know if you want to try on your laptop.
AirPod's dead. He keeps freezing on us.
Yeah, you keep freezing for some reason.
Maybe
This
audio
has got
only.
great connection. 9 out of 10. Now it's 8 out of 10. And gone.
It wouldn't be
All
our
right,
show.
great interview there
That
from
was
Evan
amazing.
Terlecki.
Wouldn't be our show if we didn't have something go off the rails.
We will get him back on here in a moment. Talk while I do this.
No, this will be cool once we finally get him on here. Hear, what Evan's been up to the last couple years and where he's looking to go. I'm excited to see, following him the last few years. This will be a good interview, I think, for everybody to hear.
Yeah. Do you have his personal cell to send to him?
I don't know if I do anymore. Actually, let me see.
Let's see. All right, he's gonna go grab his laptop. Cool. Log into Instagram. Yeah, click link. All right, so we're just gonna keep bantering as we're
Keep going.
waiting for his laptop to get fixed. So don't worry, Talon. It's not over.
He'll be here in a minute. He's coming.
But yeah. So the points for the Owl is now 15. Unless the Star Gang just really gangs up on him. I feel pretty comfortable on Vial.
I get what you're saying. I understand.
We will see what happens to Kitchen. And
I think that'd be good.
All right. He's putting his laptop together. See if that works or not. Anyways, what do you look forward to as he's getting his stuff set up? What do you look forward to coming this weekend? We have Pac West at Albany. I've got the Gate Drop Pro Pit Bike Race Friday night. I'm throwing that together at Albany MX. So if you guys want to come race some pit bikes, I have some plaques and whatnot for top 3, your 50 classes, and 110 kid and 110 adult. I'm very loose on the rules when it comes to engine size and your 110 frames. So come modded or not.
No AMA claim rule.
No. We're just trying to have some fun. I wouldn't really worry about the weather. If you go look at when it's raining and whatnot, it's probably not going to affect anything. So that's all right. I'm
keeping my eyes on it. I'm going to try to make it out for at least one of those days.
Yeah, I mean, you should just come hang out Friday evening, honestly.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to help flag, I will trade you some photos for the weekend.
There you go.
It's only pretty much an hour of work, so
that
works.
That's a fair trade.
Yeah, trying to just make it happen, make it fun for all the kids and whatnot. If you guys have any questions, feel free to write in our message thing as we wait for Evan to get his laptop on. But yeah. Pretty much just Pac West going on. Black Widow at Horn Rapids is going on. And I don't think anything else is going on besides practices and whatnot for everywhere else. So check your local racetracks, websites, and whatnot. Anything else to discuss in that Supercross as we wait for the laptop to
I think that pretty much covers all of Philly, but looking forward to the Pulps LCQ challenge this Friday.
Josh Hill made it.
That's what I saw that that.
So
that'll be cool. That'll be a fun one. Him getting his 100th main the other, couple weekends ago, and now this, and has an opportunity to walk away with some good money.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, that don't listen to Pulp MX and only listen to us for some weird reason, PulpMX puts on a really great privateer race every year. It's his third year now where he pays out big money towards the privateers that do not qualify for any of the main events. Braden, we're waiting for Evan to get his stuff fixed.
Had some
So he
technical
will be on
difficulties.
in a moment. That dial-up just not working. But yeah, that should be a fun time. He saw it. He's trying to get it working right now. So
Nice. He'll be here in
no
a second.
biggie there.
He'll be here soon. But no, that should be a
Yeah.
good race on Friday. I'm excited for that. Honestly, I think I'm a little more excited for that one right now than I am the actual
Vermoto's
Denver race.
Vermoto's broadcasting it, so that will
Yep.
help. All right,
That'll be really cool.
let's try again.
Hey,
Can you hear us?
We working?
Yeah, we
I think
are.
we're good now.
That's sweet. Awesome.
All right. Technical difficulties happens. That's all right.
Yep.
Pretty much every show with our low budget, that's how we roll. So it's just going with the trend here. How's it going, Evan?
It was going good. I was rocking the iPhone. We upgraded the computer, the laptop.
Right.
That's
Little
all
better
right.
connection. That'll be good. It's all right though.
Yeah, we've made it.
Yep.
We got tons of fans here already that are like, where's he at? Why is he not on? Why are we stuck with these two goons? So,
Right? They're tired of hearing from us now.
I mean, but joke's on them. They're still watching, so whatever.
Right. Right.
So Grayson's been trying to get you on here for the last couple weeks and whatnot, and you've just been super busy motoing down, getting roosted, roosting other people. So
Yep.
how's it been going, Evan? And I'm gonna let Grayson take the driver's seat here. So how's it been going?
Yeah, how's
Good
things
one.
been going lately with everything? You know, what you been up to?
It's been going real good. Kind of getting in the swing of things again. Been to Washougal. Went to Horn Rapids for the area qualifier. That been good.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm kind of doing a lot of Albany stuff Wednesdays. And then I got a new 125. I've been riding, so I've been two-stroking, mixing it up a little
Nice.
bit. So yeah, just
Looking
been riding
to
a
do
whole bunch.
some schoolboy racing on that guy.
Yeah, haven't raced it yet. Still getting it all tuned up, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get it tuned in, ready to go.
Is
Nice.
Dream Race like in your future?
Oh yeah, we did it last year, kind of a last minute thing, and we were one position out. We got fourth of getting one of the big trophies. So
Darn.
we're coming back next year for redemption.
Nice. I remember that J-Law kit you had last year. That and the Retro Fox was pretty fire.
Yep. Shout out to Greg Brown. That was his 125. He let me ride. So yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Now you're gonna make me go look for this.
There,
Yeah,
I have a video on my Instagram there of one of his starts there and the kit and everything. It was pretty cool.
I want to watch the starts. The start wasn't the greatest.
The little dab there, but you still got a good start though.
Yeah, that was the first start ever on two-stroke.
What bike
There-
number were you running?
338.
Okay, I'm gonna look for it while Grayson controls the interview here. Pay no attention to Crystal.
So, for everybody who might not know who you are, give us a little backstory. Like, how'd you get into moto, and like, when was the first time you rode a bike, and when did you get into racing?
So my dad was a pro supercross and MX racer back in 96 to early 2000s. He's pro. So when I was about 3 years old, I got a PW on Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And so yeah, been riding since then, but kind of got into baseball and other sports.
Mhm.
And then COVID hit and all that stuff got canceled. So we got bikes again and pretty much just practiced for about a year and then started racing in 2021 and then just been racing since, include all the other sports.
You ever thought about going back to the other sports, or you
No,
just
not at all.
Just all moto now?
Yep, not even a thought.
Nice. That's always cool to hear. Like, it's cool that a lot of people have their sports in school, and then moto just takes over. There's just nothing like it.
Yeah. Yep, all the friends, the people, just everything's way better about their bikes.
Right?
Okay, so you threw me for a loop, not like getting serious until like the 2020 area. Like, I don't know if you noticed or not, but your family's like really good at racing dirt bikes. So is it just like natural talent, or what's the program?
Oh, it's pretty natural. Cousin Colton, he just started riding recently too, and he's gotten pretty good. just riding these past few years too. So he's got the genes too. So, but yeah, it's been a lot of riding. Been out there a bunch, so didn't happen all at once.
No, that's pretty cool to have such a big family and everybody, you know, is a part of moto. Like, that's so cool. Like, that's what moto is. It's just a giant family, and it's really cool that it's like it's actually in your blood, and like how committed you are to it now is really cool to see. You know, knowing where your dad has been and what he's done, it's super cool to see. Speaking of your dad, though, do you have any like memories or like any like thing that he's told you that like comes to mind that's like one of your favorite like moments of his career?
My favorite is probably the coolest thing is he went to Loretta's in the C class in '93 and he won, and that was 20 years ago, or when I went it was 20 years. So he went in '93, I went in '23, so it was 20 years. Actually, 30 years. Actually, yeah, 30 years.
Right? Yeah.
30
Time
years.
flies.
Yeah, 30-year difference. So that was pretty sweet. We didn't quite get the win, but we got 5th overall. So
that's solid though.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. So I all on VHS. My grandpa got all the VHS tapes from Loretta's, so I watched all those. And it was pretty sweet watching all those back.
That's cool.
Everyone was on a CR pretty much. They're all in CRs back then.
Yeah, the Hondas were pretty untouchable back then.
Yep.
So keeping it kind of related to what we're talking about with your dad. So with him, all of his history in moto and everything, I've seen that you've chosen to work with the Clinic MX and Mike Smith and stuff like that. What was the decision to go to work with him, or like, would you ever think about just having your dad be your trainer?
Yeah, my dad, he's a really good rider, but honestly, he knows this as well. He's not a good teacher. He can't very well.
Roast.
He knows it though, but yeah, he can't tell me how to do it. He can show me though. He's not very good at explaining it, but he can show me how to do it.
You kind of hear that a lot with all the pro riders. They're like, yeah, I could show you how to do it, but teaching you.
It's not even just pros. It's the parent-son relationship when it comes to like, hey, you would do so much better if you just do this. Yeah, okay, Dad, I'm not going to listen to you. And then you have someone else tell you to do the same thing, and then you do it, and your dad's just all like, I've literally been yelling at this to the boy the whole time. So that makes a lot of sense there.
Right. Yeah. You also mentioned you went to the ranch last year, Loretta's.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like going for the first time? Like from starting at the area qualifiers all the way through the regional, like kind of walk us through like your experiences and what happened.
Yes, so especially because other riders, sorry to cut you off, Evan, but yeah, a lot of the riders are, training and going this year and whatnot, trying to just exactly what Grayson said, like how difficult it is, like how difficult is it?
So actually, it wasn't my first time going. We actually went the year before with my dad.
Oh, my bad.
So yeah, but no, that really helped a lot going with my dad the year before. Kind of get used to the weather. It's gnarly down there, so getting used to it the year before really helped out a lot. But last year, going to the areas, we went to Hangtown, and it was a mutter, so we couldn't really get. It was pretty easy, honestly. It was just kind of survive and qualify. And then at the regional, kind of clutched up and has got good starts and stayed up front. So yeah, I wouldn't say easy, but it's easier than you think it'd be. Like in the C class, like Ty Lang, there's a lot of fast kids this year, but you just gotta get good starts. Like Kai, he's been getting great starts, so I think he's one of the ranches here. It's all about the start, especially in that 40 rider C class.
That C class is getting deeper and deeper every year. It's insane.
Yep. Yeah. And the thing I noticed last year is there was a lot of like California kids that were fast, but they come to Washougal and they were fish out of water.
Yep.
Us PNW boys, we smoked them up here.
Well, especially with it being Washougal, it's a very unique track, and for you and like Langs and who else that is just like naturally like talented for the the way the terrain is and whatnot, like you guys tend to have the upper hand for this track compared to like all the other ones for regionals.
Yeah, for sure. You just gotta watch the Huffman's lines. You gotta watch Brendan and Ryan Huffman ride. We'll show you all the good lines there.
Yeah, breaking news, I guess, if you want to call it breaking news. Brendan's actually offering training sessions as well. So hit up Brendan Huffman if you want to get some training and coaching and stuff right before Loretta's. I know there's a block out time frame that you can't do anything at the track, but hey, there's opportunities there to learn the lines and also learn the lines that Evan has found.
Did you ever get to go up for the turn track up there this last winter?
Honestly, I didn't go a whole lot.
Yeah.
We've been there's a secret little train facility I have at my buddy's house. Yeah, he has a farm. He owns a farm, and they ripped a field and they made a little track, and it was deep. It was pretty much the Washougal turn track, maybe even a little better.
Nice.
It was super deep. So, and it's like 10 minutes from my house. So we've been going to that a lot.
Even better. Quick load up, get home quick. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty rad.
That's pretty cool that, you have a place where you can practice where it's actually ripped deep enough to make ruts, because a lot of the tracks around here aren't quite ripping deep enough, I feel, to really get the seat time in for rut riding like you really need for the ranch.
Yeah, and it's cool about that place I was at. It's kind of like Eugene. It's kind of like this red clay stuff, and they just ripped it deep, and it was good. So it was gnarly ruts out there.
Probably something Steven and I couldn't handle.
I'm retired.
Yeah. you keep saying that, and then you pop up on a bike every 3 or 4
I might
months.
pop up on my bike on Friday. We'll see.
Exactly.
But I was like, you better be careful, Grayson, on ripping the tracks and whatnot, because you're gonna get a Mike Smith rant like on line 3.
I'm not the only one saying it. I hear it from a lot of people, so I'm not calling anybody out or anything like that, but just some banter that's going around when I've made it out to the racetrack.
It just happens at
You're
times.
saying it should get ripped deeper, like the tracks should get ripped deeper.
Yeah.
There's been talks about Albany maybe having like a Racer Tuesday and ripping it a little deeper.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I will petition for this. Let's do this, Evan.
I know Robbie, I think, been talking about it a little bit, doing a little bit of a Racer Tuesday and having rip it deeper and get a little gnarlier for us faster riders that like it rough.
Yeah. I remember they used to do, a Fast Tuesday every once in a while, where it was only supposed to be like A and B riders a while back.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We kind of need something like that around here. I feel like, people like you and, even the local pros really need that to benefit, to like just progress their skills and not get stuck in a train with a bunch of C riders who think they're the fast big bike.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it is hard, especially if you're like trying to use like a local race of any kind, like as a training aspect. You only get 4 laps per moto if you get lucky, because there's like 42 plus classes. So that's why like it benefits a lot. Like, as you were saying, going to your buddy's place and training there, going to Pat's and riding with, Mike or any of that. It's just like it all comes down to how much seat time you can get and then practicing all that whatnot, because it's like I said, the 4-lap races, I mean, they're cool and all for your little plastic plaques, but they're not going to get you far in the long run.
Yep.
So I'm going to cut Grayson off here. Since you're getting set for Loretta's and whatnot, we see you pretty much everywhere in the Northwest. You've now dipped into media stuff as well, and like kind of upping your game against Grayson and I, especially. What made you get into the Instagram bangers? Are you trying to be like Evan Ferry or something, or what?
Yeah, you gotta keep it unique, and gotta have fun with it. And media and all the Instagram's kind of a new thing these days, and I've been enjoying it, and it's pretty sweet. You want to post everything, and it's been fun.
I like your stuff because everyone has a different like taste to their media. You've got this is just my opinion, because you're also a faster rider compared to me, and Sorry, Grayson. But like,
for
I
sure.
can tell you could take like your talents, like as weird as it says, like your talents from like riding and whatnot, and throwing it into like your styles of shooting. A lot of like quick, like cuts, all that. Like, I really enjoy like the difference that like you provide behind the camera, as well as like what Grayson's eye perspective is, and then myself's like.
Yeah.
What is
for
your
sure.
like? What are your strategies, like, if you have any, for filming? Are you like trying to like find the biggest whip? Like, what's your game plan to get the Instagram bangers out?
It's honestly, it's the rider. It's
Oh
for
yeah,
me. I have pretty shitty camera and shitty editing stuff, so I just find the rider that throws the fattest whips and goes the fastest. Is what I like filming.
so who's your favorite rider to photograph or take videos of?
Oh, my buddy Trent Salisbury. He throws fat whips, and yeah, he makes it. He's a good character, so he's fun to film.
I don't know how you and Trent like throw it sideways that quick at Albany, because nothing against Albany, but the jumps aren't like the biggest compared to like the road jump or the triple at Washougal. So I don't know what are the physics here. How do you flip it that quick and back? I don't understand. I would be in the pond like that one dude. Sorry, like I don't get it, man.
It's all in the hips. Got to use the
Hips don't
hips.
lie.
Got to rotate the hips. Did you hear at Albany? There was a couple of guys that went in the pond this last weekend racing.
Yeah, were you there?
I wasn't there, but yeah, there's people I heard went in the pond.
I haven't seen that happen in a very long time.
Yeah, I guess they had to dig their bike out of the pond. It was like, I guess they're saying it was like 10 feet deep.
Oh,
Jeez.
damn.
Dave's probably announcing, like, and so and so going for a Terlecki whip, and oh, into the pond he goes.
Yep.
Dave probably got mad about something for it, though.
Probably someone riding the bike out there.
Yep.
No parking there, sir.
Yep.
All right, I'm out of questions.
Yep.
Grayson, wrap it up here if you'd
All
like,
right.
or we can just all stare at each other.
That's a little weird, so we won't stick with that. But I got a couple more. So you work out at Power, I think you're the parts guy now or something like that.
Yep.
How'd you end up getting into working there?
Grayson wants to know because he's not getting callbacks.
No, I don't get callbacks from anybody.
That's funny. Yeah, so I've been working there for about 3 years now. Kind of just family friends that been working there before, and the manager Dave Sibley, family friend of ours. So started working there like in the lot and washing bikes and doing that stuff when I was a little bit younger. And then I do online school now, so I work there full time in parts.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I've been working there for about 5 months now in parts.
Nice. I see you're putting together some builds. Is that you doing those?
Yep.
Or is that's all you?
Yep, I'm doing most. Me and Matt Williams are doing the builds. Doing lots of builds, and I got my own Instagram account. It's Evan_in and then _parts power. So I got my own Instagram account. Check it out. I'll hook you up.
Nice.
For sure.
There you go.
Trying to bring
There's your
moto back.
aim.
Try and bring moto back to power. It's kind of getting a lot into the side by side and more of that stuff. I want to bring moto back to power.
I saw actually a Power billboard the other day here in Salem.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody throwing a fat whip, and I'm like, damn, if I didn't know what moto was and I'm, driving along and see that, that definitely is going to make me interested and want to go out there.
Yeah. I'm actually, I'm trying to talk with the managers and my parts manager, and I want to get a team back together. A Power Motorsports team.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, because we used to have this kind of team, and I'm gonna try to work with Avail Graphics and get some team graphics going on, and try to work something out like that.
That'd be really cool. A resurgence there, because you have Beaverton Motorcycles with 19 riders. You've got Gresham Power Sports with Twisted Throttle Racing. Motorsport Hillsborough's kind of got like a section of riders and whatnot. So yeah, putting power back on the map. And then, the Power Ride Days at Albany, always being a big supporter of Albany MX Park. And then with you at the head, being as reputable, wow, I suck at wording right now. Being a good name and being known like in the sport, like putting you at the head of that would totally make like 100% sense. And
Yep.
I think, what you were saying is like a great idea, and it should, grow.
Yeah,
that'd
for sure.
be so cool to see again. And with you heading the team, or even just working with the team or whatever, I think would be super cool.
Yeah, and it's not for sure yet, but we're trying to get One Industries back in power.
That would be
Ooh.
sick.
One
I have
Industries,
still the Rockstar One Industries gear. That's like my all-time.
Get One Industries back and have that be our have all of our team riders wear that would be the goal.
You'd have to say bye-bye to Canvas though.
Yeah, I might steal Canvas myself, but
yeah,
they hooked me up pretty good. I love Canvas. Canvas is sweet.
Nice. So, we got one last one here for you, unless Steven has anything else before we let you go.
I found the photo from Dream Race. I'll show that real quick. There you go.
There it is.
Got the whole old Fox gear and Jason Lawrence, all that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like meshing eras all in one.
That Fox gear was actually brand new, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
It's from 95.
So, finish it up here. What are your future plans for like this year and beyond, and like what kind of goals are you shooting to achieve, and who's helping you get to these achievements and these goals?
Yeah, for sure. This year we're kind of taking it a little easier, kind of doing a little more local stuff and kind of have fun with it this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to do amateur days this year. Kind of missed out last year since Loretta's. And so yeah, keeping it more local this year, not going too far. So yeah, maybe next year hit it a little harder. And still next year we're kind of thinking maybe A class, maybe stay in B. So we're not quite sure yet, but we'll see how it goes. Just trying to stay healthy and have fun with it and ride as much as I can.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I noticed that the more fun I have, the faster I go. So trying to keep it fun.
Well, awesome. I think that's one of the biggest formulas, especially for moto. If you're having fun with it, you tend to go faster. If you're not having fun with it, well, you tend not to put your best foot forward.
Exactly.
So my final question before we let you go, thanks for jumping on the 30+2 podcast. Are we going to see you this weekend at Albany, or do you have something else in plan?
Yeah, I'll be at Albany as long as the weather holds out. I'll be there. I might have to bust out the two-stroke for this weekend.
Sweet. You got to bust out a pit bike?
Oh, yeah. I'm bringing the pit bike. I'll be there for the pit bike race. So, yeah, I'll probably be there all weekend as long as it's not pouring down rain too much.
Right. Yeah, the weather report right now says it
looks
too
better.
Bad. It's only like at night, like as we're sleeping. So I think we'll be all right.
I think we got it all out today with all the hail and stuff that came down. So hopefully it's going to pass.
I was working at Power today, and it was pretty gnarly rain. Couldn't even hear yourself talking.
It was nasty out there. So hopefully it's all gone by this weekend. And, we all know Albany can take some rain during the week and still have a good track for the weekend.
Yep.
Jeez.
For sure.
All right. Well, I will see you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Probably not tomorrow. I don't know what Grayson's going to do. Grayson, you ever going to see Evan?
Oh, I will. I'm going to try to make it out one of these days on the weekend, and if not, probably Friday night as well. So we'll be there for we'll be there for a little bit.
Sweet. I'll see you guys then.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Evan, for jumping on.
Thank you.
Sorry about those technical difficulties.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, thanks for having
me. All right. Yeah. For anyone that wants to follow him, make sure to go to Evan_Terlecki40 on Instagram. Have a good night, man.
Later. Bye.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was Evan there. And yeah, like I said, I should have put it in here. Maybe I will. Da-da-da-da-da. It's dial up. It's not loading for me. But yeah, we got tons of stuff going on this weekend. Yeah, Pac West at Albany. So if you guys want to do that.
You got a fairly busy one with Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I don't have any signups yet for Thursday night, so it is what it is.
They'll roll in. They always do. They always come rolling in for Steven.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Oh, yeah, here we go. No? See if it loads or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
What are we waiting
Ta
for?
ta ta
There
ta!
it is.
Advertisement to pay for this podcast. The Gate Drop Pro Pit Bike Race Friday, 5/3, $20 a class. Sign-ups at 5 at the Gate Drop Canopy. That's Grayson's in the corner. 50cc beginner, 50cc open, 110 kid, 110 adult. And if you'd like photos Saturday or Sunday, 20 for 5 photos, 100 for 15 plus, 150 for Instagram reels. So, yeah, there you go. There's your advertisement for the
There you
night.
go.
Got to pay them bills to keep these things going.
Got to keep the Wi-Fi going so we can just annoy people every Monday night.
Right. Yeah. And disregard that I'm Amish man right now. I just needed to get rid of that mustache, so that's where we are. And I don't know if anyone caught at the beginning, but on GateDropProductions.com, it is now live. What is live? Well, boom. The Gate Drop MX Showdown page is back up, and 2.0 is coming. So let's talk about that real quick. But let's, in case anyone missed it, let's do the promo real fast.
Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send their verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just too cold. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what?
All right, so to wrap it up real quick, Gate Drop Showdown 2.0, JMC Motorsports is back as your title sponsor. Metzel Drywall, formerly known as Z1 Drywall Services, is back as your presenting sponsor. And a list of sponsors that is all renewed, and more will come down the road. Your lead sponsors, Heart and Hustle and Heart Homes with Morgan Winslow, Legacy Racewear, Gate Drop Productions, Wilson MX School, Whole Shot MX Racing Gear, Johnny Boy Products, JVL Photo, Three Cities Designs, Barry Productions, Albany MX Park, Broke Ass MX, and Caldwell Company. And just like last year, they will be dropping in. More sponsors will be coming in. So, yeah, Grayson, I know you missed out on the event last year because you had a pre-existing schedule with something else going on, but yeah, 550 entries last year. You better make it this year because we're gonna blow that thing out of the water.
I've got it marked down, and I'm not letting anything push it off the schedule this year. I was low key. I was pretty bummed when I found out something that I already had to deal with. I went and worked with a nonprofit here in town, one of their events, and was a little bit bummed, that I wasn't able to make it out. But luckily what I was doing was for a good cause. So it kind of weighed itself out, but this year I ain't missing it. I'm not missing it this year. I'm going to try to make it for all 3 days.
Yeah, so for those that don't know what's going on, it's one of the biggest youth races in the Northwest. Took my first whack at it last year, and yeah, it was a little Ozzy Osbourne, but it was super great, and a lot of people went home happy. And for the first go around with 550 entries and over 1,500 spectators, that was absolutely wow.
Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers for a first time. That's awesome.
There's no way I would have been able to achieve that without my awesome team of helpers, going from my office staff, lap counters, my announcers, Mike Smith running Headless Chicken, as well as, a lot of our media guys too. So yeah, definitely a big race event that goes on in the Northwest that we're going to go for 2.0 and do that September 13th through 15th. A little bit of changing up some bonus events and whatnot. And yeah, mom's pit bike race. You got the parent kid relay race. There's so much there, Grayson, that goes on. I figured out a lot of scoring stuff. So that's going to be awesome too, that I have an updated program that makes
Nice.
scoring even easier. So that's
Nice.
going to be everything that
That's one of
goes
the.
on.
I can only imagine that's one of the biggest issues or troubles with running a race is making sure everybody's scored properly and not pissing anybody off.
Well, I mean, now that I have thrown myself in the deep end of being a promoter as well, I have even more gratitude for those that do it every single weekend. That, it's not easy.
Mhm.
It's not as simple as like turn in your money and just line up on the gate.
Yep.
Computer stuff happens, transponders don't work, and yeah, that's kind of how things are. But we're gonna go full throttle once again and have some fun. So all information is posted on gatedropproductions.com. GDMX Showdown. If you have any questions or you want to sponsor the event or whatever, feel free to message me on social media or email, and I will get back to you. Anything else, Grayson? I know I wanted to throw that in there. I've been teasing that all couple months and finally had some free time to finish up some stuff. So
gotta get it out there. It's coming up. It's gonna come up quicker than you expect.
Yeah.
You
Nope.
know?
It'll come up quick. And thank you for everyone who has watched us for 16 weekends.
Right. That's insane.
Follow at GateDrop_Pro. Follow at Gravy_648 on Instagram, and we'll produce even more media. And Grayson will eventually come out of his cave. I don't know.
I'm like the groundhog. I'm just waiting for that 6 more weeks of winter to be over before I make my way out.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
We'll do it. We'll be there soon. It's going to be a good year. I don't work weekends no more, so it's going to make it a lot easier to make it out to the races.
Yeah, tell me. I don't like. I've gone to 2 days of Fred Meyer now, but I work 7 days a week. It's part of the game.
Yep.
That's cool.
the media game. There's no days off. There's no days off for any kind of media nowadays in the moto community at all.
All right. Oh, we have a guest next Monday. Might as well just throw it out there right now.
Surprising me right now, huh?
Yeah, I've been working behind the scenes, bro. We will have Jason Valley on with Next Level MX Clinics. He has a summer camp going on. We'll briefly touch back from a few weeks ago, which is like a month plus now. Wow, time has been flying. A little bit about the spring camp, because I know he was having dinner with his wife that night when we had Mike Smith on, and see what his plans are. He's got some fast kids ready for Loretta, so we'll talk to him about prepping for that and predictions and a whole bunch of whatnot. So another trainer, just like the rest of ours. Maybe we'll if we can locate Rob Monsoon Manning as well, we'll get him on. He's got Dirt Bike Nation out there. He's been doing that whole track prep and running that now. So yeah, check out all your stuff. Probably have Mike Smith on again here coming up soon, since he's in full swing now with his trainings and everything else. So
the Moto Tuesdays at Park and everything. Yeah, he's 100% in now.
Yep. And if you have any other, I don't know, recommendations for guests, I can try to reach out to a couple people. I know Levi is regrouping and ready to take Hampshire down. So probably a little bit later on that. Carson Brown just smoked everyone at the World Two-Stroke Nationals a couple weeks ago that Jordan Veal was at. And Jordan Veal will be on at some point, JVL Photos. So tons of people coming down the pipeline. So make sure to follow us, subscribe to Gate Drop Productions on Facebook and YouTube. And that's a wrap for me. Anything else, Grayson?
Nope, I think you covered it. Just follow us. Follow me, Gravy648 on Instagram.
All right. That's a wrap. We will see you guys next Monday.